Now, I should start off by saying nobody needs these things I'm about to cover today. I've been doing just fine for years, even before YouTube was a thing. I had no issues living without them. But if you're like me, just seeing a device like this suddenly makes your heart rate calm down and the universe all of a sudden start to make sense, then I'm sorry to say, you are my people. And for us, there's nothing better than to get that confirmation that everything is just spot on, all the stars are aligned, and that mental health is in tip-top shape. So I thought I would talk about two pieces of bike OCD equipment I have today. Obviously this thing. But before that, I will start with something else that has not really anything to do with bikes per se, and that is lasers. More specifically, a laser lever. Is that what it's called? Laser lever, that's what it says, yes. Now, at least here in Japan, you can find this in every kind of home improvement store or hardware store. And if everything else fails, there's always Amazon. And what this gives me is a dead straight line of reference across, laser cross, that I can use to align my saddle and my handlebar. Or I can at least use it to confirm my attempt to do this by eye, which is how normal people do it. As you can imagine, it's pretty straightforward of how to use this. I just need to mount this above the bike, pointing down, and thanks to this pretend video studio or bike room, I have a lot of mounts I can use for that purpose. Then I just line up the laser with the center of the saddle, the top tube, with that laser cross hitting my handlebar and stem junction and the center of the front wheel. And then I can marvel at how good or get shocked at how bad I am doing this by eye. From there on, I just do any necessary adjustments. Having the bike strapped down in a trainer, for example, it's pretty good to keep that bike going offline, so to speak. All in all, easy and very satisfying. Oh yes. Now, people have been aligning their saddles and handlebars without lasers for, since the beginning of time. So, like I said, this is not a necessary item. You can do a lot of other OCD hacks to do proper alignments, especially when it comes to handlebars. Just threading a long stick through the fork dropouts or through axle holes and using that as a reference to get those bars dead straight is a pretty much more economical solution, I think. And if you have a stick lying around, why not? But, you know, lasers. This laser lever has also made a few other tasks on the bike a lot easier. For example, when matching position from bike to bike, using this laser lever to actually measure directly on the bike, things like saddle setback, stack and reach to the handlebar, it's pretty simple, I have to say. For me, a dweeb with a slightly twisted mind, this has definitely been worth that 25-ish bucks it cost me. A quick note about taking measurements. If you, like me, have the bike strapped to a trainer, don't forget to make sure that the bike is actually level when you take those measurements. And I know a thing that can actually make sure the bike is level. Now over to this thing. This is a brake lever alignment tool. I think alignment tool is probably the wrong word. It's a brake lever position jig. That's probably a better description. Basically, it will help you replicate the lever position exactly to the other side of the handlebar. It's definitely on the overkill side for a normal person. For me though, oh, I'm in love. Love, love, love. I've seen these in the past and I always wondered where or who made them. And when I kind of by accident stumbled over the Instagram account of the maker of this, I basically became a pretty instant impulse buy, one that I have not yet to regret. So to explain how this works, I think I will simply show you how I used it when I did a quick impulse transfer of the Shimano Dura Ace 12-speed from the Emonda to the Echo, as one do usually on a Friday night. Normal person. So once I had the bike built up and put the levers in a position I felt comfortable with, of course trying to get them both as similar as possible by eye and feel, I mounted the tool to the end of the handlebar with the included expander plug, making sure it was level with the ground. I could just clamp the tool directly over the bar as well, but what this expander allows for is to use it even when I have my bars wrapped. As long as I can peel the tape back and get the tool flush against the bar like I have it here, I can basically tweak and match my lever positions without having to unravel that tape. And for a guy like me who likes to experiment with my position a lot, this is Christmas time. Anyway, with the tool in place, I can slide the tool's X and Y arms until it hits the tip of my brake lever, lock it down, note the brake lever offset from center, move the tool over to the other side, feeling mighty impressed at how close I managed to get them by eye. Did that last little adjustment to my right lever to get it just in the right spot on the scale, and I know I have it like 0.5 millimeters off here, and once I actually saw this recording after the fact, I went back to fix it, just so you know. And that's pretty much done. I could remove the tool, note down those measurements for future reference, and then enjoy my ride without a doubt in my mind that shit is on straight. Now there's obviously some things to keep in mind with this tool. For example, if you have your reach or free stroke adjustment tweaked on these levers, you should definitely reset them before using this tool, otherwise something might get a bit wonky. And you have to kind of assume that your bars are actually perfectly symmetrical. Say if you have a metal bar and you have a crash, something might be a bit wonky, and that will give you a bit wonky results, I would imagine. And to be frank, my MV bars here are probably not 100% spot on, since I had to trim the bar ends for the Di2 junction boxes. But this far, things just feel right, and that's what's important in the end. The mind works in mysterious ways. There are some other options to do the same job. I think recently Abbey Bike Tools came up with a solution combining the radio hanger with the top cap thingamajig. On this Ally Echo with that Echo stem, there's no top cap, so I wouldn't be able to use it anyway. And to be fair, if you had a lot of time and some patience on your side, you could probably make a DIY version of this. Maybe not to this kind of finish and quality, but it will probably work. Time is not something I have an abundance of though, so that 90 euros I spent on this, yeah, I would happily spend it again. Well, not again, but I mean, you know what I mean. Do I think everyone should do this? No. 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 No! All right. So you might remember this descent from the video I did about carbon anti-brake rotors, but I thought it would be fun to do it in full for once. Whoa, that was a nice pothole. It was a bit windier than I thought. So I don't think I will talk too much now because it's pretty twisty. And traffic. Ah, damn it. Man, it's a nice section. Whoa. Good place to stop. Yeah. A lot of traffic today, so almost at the bottom anyway. It's a good one, but yeah. There's traffic from time to time, even on the roads here. I usually get those comments, why are there no traffic on the roads? There's so many mountain roads here in Japan, and there's just not enough cars out here in the mountains. It's a good problem to have, though. So, yeah, I guess if you want to, I will catch you in the next one. Peace!